Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria if you're new here, and today's practice is called Sweet Escape. For me, the yoga practice, the physical asana practice, is often a space where I'm able to find a bit of a reprieve from my everyday life, to step away from running around all of the time and from the thoughts moving really quickly, and just take a moment to kind of escape inside and examine what's going on. So I hope that this practice serves that purpose for you as well. You'll just need yourself and a space to move, maybe a couple of yoga blocks if you know you like to practice with them. And whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. We'll begin from child's pose. So find your way there. You can bring toes to touch, open your knees nice and wide, about as wide as your mat, and then sink your hips back towards your heels. Crawl your fingertips forward to the top of the mat, and then allow the weight of your head to get heavy so that your third eye can melt to the mat. If you're feeling a little bit more open today and you want to come down onto chest and chin instead, feel free to do so. Let's begin in a really passive child's pose. So allow your elbows to sink. Start to receive gravity. Feel your whole body anchoring to the surface beneath you. And let this moment, this pose, be a transition away from your day so far and onto your mat. Bringing your awareness inside. Let yourself find that sweet escape in your practice, in your sensations, in the feeling of your breath. Begin to consciously deepen your breath. Fill up the low belly, and then fill up the space between the ribs. Then carry the breath all the way to the tops of your lungs. And the next time you breathe out, take a big sigh. Let it be like the dust is clearing, so you can have more clarity around what you're feeling. You're just washing away anything you don't need here. Again, fully inhaling through the nose. Open your mouth, drop your body even more. And take a few more sighs if you like, or you can begin to breathe in and out through your nose, starting to find Ujjayi Pranayama. Let even the quality of your breathing be sweet and nourishing. Now start to bring your palms together to touch. See if you can press into the pinky sides of your hands and lift your forearms away from the earth. Then slide your hands just like an inch more forward and rock your chest a little bit from side to side, just gliding some more opening into the side bodies. Keep sinking your hips back toward your heels. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Begin to press into your palms and find your way up into a tabletop. Coming onto hands and knees, spread your fingers. Root the index finger mounds and the mounds of your thumbs and your pinkies and the heels of both hands so you're really firmly planted. And then just begin to rock a little bit of weight forward and back. Notice how it feels to shift weight into the finger pads as you lean forward and back to the heels of the hands as you glide back. Just a couple rocks here. Now begin to turn this into more of a circular motion and bring your hips with you. So slide the hip bones forward towards your wrists and then glide the sit bones all the way around and back towards your heels. These can be as broad as you like, or maybe it's more subtle, just starting to wake up your body. If you want to incorporate any kind of spinal arching or rounding as you go, feel free. Go ahead and reverse the direction of your circles if you haven't already. Really imagine that your breath is spreading through your body, like you're mixing it in with all your muscles, through all your cells. And then find steadiness back onto hands and knees. On your next inhalation, find a cow pose. Tilt your sit bones toward the sky. Hug in through your waist a little bit and then stretch from the base of your heart forward. Turn your eyes up. As you breathe out, shift your hips back towards your heels, but keep your eyes forward, keep your heart forward. So it's an active child's pose. Hug in through your belly. Then on your next inhalation, round your spine. We'll come forward onto hands and knees like a cat pose, and then keep moving your hips forward and softly sink your pelvis, your chest, and your chin all the way to the earth. Plug down into your toenails. Squeeze your thighs and activate your glutes. Now breathing in, send the breath up into your chest and let it float away from the earth. See if you can float your hands as well. Energize your back body in a baby cobra. Take an inhalation and stay as you breathe out. One more breath in. Sweeten the breath, sweeten the pose. Stretch your heart forward. Breathe out, palms by the ribs. Press back up into a tabletop. Next inhalation, tailbone tilts up toward the sky. Pull your palms isometrically back toward your thighs. Reach your heart forward, lift your eyes. As you breathe out, hips glide towards your heels. Claw down into your fingertips and energize your arms. Breathe in, round your spine. We'll come through a cat pose onto your hands and your knees, and then all the way down to lying on your belly. Press into your toenails. Inhale, float your heart off the ground. Float your hands up. Stay as you exhale. Dig down more firmly into your pelvis and into the rooting of the feet. Now on your next inhalation, stay, or maybe lift your feet and lift your thighs. Energize your hamstrings and hug your inner thighs toward one another. One more breath in, spread your toes. Breathe out, palms by the ribs. This time, tuck your toes, come through hands and knees, and send your hips all the way up and back into downward facing dog. Feel here as though your hands and your feet are reaching all the way down to the center of the earth. Then from these long limbs, begin to grow through your spine, stretching the space from crown of head to the tip of tailbone, really finding so much elongation. Send the breath between your vertebrae and massage it down the back lines of your legs into the hamstrings, untangling knots there. You can pedal your feet or wiggle your hips or take any movements that help you to really feel the breath more thoroughly and feel the opening in the back body more thoroughly. Reaffirm the connection of the four corners of your hands and of your finger pads with the earth. Just take one more breath in and one more breath out. Breathe in. Start to lift your heels, and as you breathe out, slowly sink your knees just to hover 1 inch away from the earth. Good. Inhale here. And now as you exhale, we're going to swing the hips around to the right, making a big circle all the way up and back toward down dog. And then hips go to the left and back to the center. Good. Just big circles here. Now to the left. Exhale. Inhale at the top. Exhale. And back down, breathing in. Good, again to the right. You can keep this really intuitive, just starting to open things up. Stretch it out, let it feel animalistic and a little wild. One more time to the left, moving with breath. And then we'll all meet back in downward facing dog, hips rise high. Take an inhalation, turn your eyes forward to your thumbs, and then as you breathe out, slowly travel to the top of your mat. Take your time getting there. Really indulge in the sensations and the sensitivity you can cultivate in moving slowly. Spread your feet hips distance apart, and then bow down, ragdoll fold. Catch your opposite elbows here, or hands to the back of the head, or even a chest expansion might feel nice, interlacing the fingers at the base of the spine, and then stretching your knuckles up and forward as you draw the tips of the shoulder blades together. Do what works for you. Try to let your head be really heavy, softening the space at the back of the neck, and then the spine is just water falling forward. One more breath here. Now release your right fingertips to the mat. Bend your right knee deeply. Stretch your left leg straight-ish. And as you inhale, start to turn your left arm up to the sky, coming into a little twisted fold. Just take one more breath in. See if you can pivot more through the heart. Breathing out, switch it out. Left hand down, Bend the left knee, right leg straight-ish. Right fingertips rise to the sky on your inhalation. On your exhalation, draw the tips of the shoulder blades together. One more breath in. And exhale back to center. One more time each side. Right palm down. Breathe in. Left arm rises. Breathe out back to the folds. Inhale. Left hand down. Right arm reaches skyward. Turn open through the chest. And exhale, bow. Now rounding your spine. Keep your core connected. Plug into your big toes. And come slowly, slowly, slowly all the way up to standing. Let your head rise very last at the top. And then melt your shoulders down your back. Feet can stay apart or you can walk them together, whatever you prefer. Palms down beside you. Now inhale, arms reach wide and up to the sky. Turn your eyes up to your thumbs. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. Close your eyes. Take a moment here. Just go inside. Set yourself a dedication for this practice, allowing it to be a sweet escape for you, an escape from maybe the mind moving quickly or from the body moving quickly, like rushing in the physical body. Maybe just a time to set aside any thoughts or feelings that feel really sticky right now. Just let it go and be with your breath, be with your body. Take an inhale and an exhale. Palms down beside you, eyes softly blink open. Breathe in, reach up. As you breathe out, Uttanasana, forward fold with a long spine, dive down, lead with your heart towards your toes. Then as you inhale, pull up through your thighs, stretch crown of head forward, tailbone back, halfway lift. Exhale, palms to the mat, step into plank. Shoulders over wrists, press the ground away from you so energetically. Notice that the more that you drive down into the earth, the puffier the back of your heart gets. Really emphasize that dome effect. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze in through your low belly. Take a breath in. Now breathing out, micro bend your knees and your elbows. Curl the tip of your tailbone to the sky and then slowly wave, arch through your spine as you come back into downward dog. We'll take a couple of spinal waves here. So breathe in, lift your heels, round your spine and come forward into a high plank, but go really, really slow. Close your ribs, even tuck your chin to your chest. Squeeze the whole front body. Now breathing out, knees and elbows micro bend. Start to wave through your spine, arch your back and glide into down dog. Keep it feeling good for you. Couple more times riding the breath. Inhale, round forward, high plank. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Breathe in, ripple forward, just like a wave moving fluidly as water. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Press down into your left toes. Breathe in and stretch your right leg high, three-legged down dog. Check that the hips are square so the top of your right thigh points straight down. As you breathe out, lift your left heel high. Start to tuck your right knee toward your chest. Look forward and then see how softly you can step right foot to your right thumb. Come onto your fingertips, land your back knee. As you inhale, float your arms up high to the sky, kneeling warrior. As you exhale, pull your thighs toward one another so much so that they feel really warm, really hot. And then sink your hips down and forward, but keep lifting through your spine, keep elongating the low back, and energize your low belly. One more breath in. Breathing out, we'll add a side body stretch. So right fingertips down to the mat beside you, maybe to a block, maybe right hand to your thigh. Lengthen up through the left side body and arc up and over toward the side. Back toes can come untucked if you like. If you choose that, press your toenails down, keep the hips square. One more breath in. And breathing out, use your core and your obliques. Press down, rise it back up. Tuck your back toes if they're not. Inhale. Exhale, start to send your hips back in space. Interlace your fingers and take them to the back of your head. Widen your elbows and then start to lean your chest forward. Right leg will draw straight-ish. Press the back of your head into your hands. Keep drawing your shoulders together and down your back. Take an inhale. Good, and then as you exhale, step forward into your right foot again, knee over the ankle. Left hand to the earth. Right fingertips to the sky. Press down and lift your back knee. Easy twist. Draw back on your outer right hip. Keep your left heel stacked directly over your big toe, and then really start to curl your heart skyward. Take a breath in. And breathing out, circle your fingertips to the top of the mat. Step forward and fold forward. Feet parallel or together. Take an inhalation, halfway lift, ripple through your spine. Stretch it out. And exhale, bow, forward fold. Breathing in, press straight down into the earth with a long spine, strong in your back body. Rise to standing, turn your eyes to the sky. Breathing out, palms to prayer, heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Breathe in, halfway lift, stretch it out. Breathe out, palms down, soft step back into plank. From your plank, inhale, grow super long. Exhale, micro bend knees and elbows, hips glide all the way up and back into downward dog. We'll move through spinal waves again, but this time we'll pull it through into up dog. So inhale, heels rise, draw in through your core and your ribs, round forward, high plank. Exhale, start to sink your pelvis low, but lift your pelvic floor. Claw through your fingertips, micro bend your elbows, glide your heart forward, lift your eyes. Breathe in your up dog with tucked toes. Breathing out, arching your back, micro bending into knees and arms, glide it back, down dog. Again, inhale, heels rise, round forward, high plank. Exhale, start to sink your hips toward the earth, but then lift through your thighs, lift your heart, lift your eyes, and exhale as you come back, downward facing dog. Good. Press through the right toes. Inhale, stretch your left leg high. Three-legged down dog. Hips are really nice and square. As you exhale, hug left knee to your chest. See how tightly you can kick your heel to your sitting bone. Look forward, keep your hips a little bit high and soft, soft, soft step. Forward, left foot, left thumb. Sink your back knee down. Breathing in, fingertips rise to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Breathing out, melt your hips down and forward. Soften your shoulders. Release tension from your jaw. And really feel all the opening into the hips, even as you keep the low back elongating. Breathe in. Now adding the side body stretch, fingertips off the mat beside you maybe, or hand to your thigh. Lengthen the right side body, then arc up and over. Really breathing more space into the right ribs. Lift into your pelvic floor and feel the opening in your right hip flexor. One more breath in. Breathing out, press down, rise back up. Inhale, fingertips high. Exhale, interlace your hands at the back of the head. Press your head into your hands, really curve through your spine. Send your hips back and then start to reach your heart in the direction of your left toes as you draw left leg straight-ish. Spread your toes even more. Take an inhalation. And with an exhalation, step down into the left foot, knee over the ankle, right palm to the earth. Breathe in, pick up your back knee, and start to turn open into an easy twist. Hug your belly button to your spine. Then reach your tailbone back. Reach the crown of your head forward and spin your heart toward the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, look forward, all 10 fingertips forward, and step forward, bringing the feet together or parallel. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, long spine, rise to standing, look to the sky. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center, close your eyes, pause here. Feel your breath. Feel the beating of your heart. Feel the softness of your skin. Eyes open, palms down. We'll do 3 rounds of Sun A. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, dive down. Breathe in, halfway lift, grow super long. Breathe out, Chaturanga Dandasana. Place the palms, step or float back. Lower halfway, elbows squeeze tight to the ribs. Breathe in, upward facing dog or maybe cobra. Arc your heart. Breathing out, belly button to spine, drags your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here in down dog. Planting your exhalations into the earth. Iron out any kinks. One more inhale. One more exhale. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, bow. Breathe in, long spine, press down. We'll rise to standing, look to your thumbs. Breathe out, palms to prayer, heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, Uttanasana, folding forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga. Breathing in, up dog or cobra, arc your heart. Breathe out, downward facing dog, palms pressed down and forward. 3 breaths here. In and out through your nose. Spread your shoulder blades, broadening the space of the upper back. Let yourself get lost in breath. Inhale, look forward, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, travel to the top of the mat, folding forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out to bow. Inhale, long spine, rise to standing, look up. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. One more time. See if you can keep your eyes closed. Stay inside. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. 3 breaths. Breathe in, look forward, lift your heels, bend your knees. Breathe out, travel to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Breathe in, long spine, rise to stand, turn your eyes up. Breathe out, palms to prayer, heart center. If the eyes aren't closed, close them now. Pause, feel. Softly blink your eyes open. On your next inhalation, bend your knees deeply. Sink your hips low and back and stretch your fingertips up to the sky. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Shoulders glide down the back. Hips melt toward the earth as though you're going to actually sit into a chair behind you. Hug belly button to spine and lift your heart. Breathe in. And stay as you breathe out. One more inhalation. As you exhale, palms to prayer, hook your left elbow outside of your right thigh. Get hollow in your low core, but then try to puff your heart a little forward, leading it in the direction of your thumbs. Press your right palm down onto your left one. Cinch through your waist and spiral through your spine so the left ribs wrap toward the right ones. Eyes can look up over your right elbow. Now, you're welcome to stay here in prayer twist, or if you'd like to play into a little arm balancing, we'll play with side crow. Start to lift your heels and bring your palms down to the mat beside you. Really hook your right upper thigh to your left tricep, finding like a shelf there. And then thinking like chaturanga arms, claw down into your fingertips, bend your arms and start to lean forward. Let your gaze move forward like a foot of your fingers, and then see if maybe you can float the feet off the earth. Just stay for one more breath if you're floating. And then come back down, and we'll all meet back in the prayer twist. Left elbow outside the right thigh. Unwind as you inhale, fingertips to the sky, chair pose. As you exhale, right away into the other side. Right elbow to outer, left thigh crossing the body, prayer twist. Take a couple breaths here, even if you're gonna play with your side crow. Hug in through your core. Wrap through your ribs toward the left. Now maybe start to gaze down, lift your heels as you bring your fingertips to the earth. Really hook right elbow outside of your left thigh, then claw down into your fingertips. Start to lean your weight forward and play with floating the feet. Find your gaze. If you're in your prayer twist, just keep breathing. Feet back to the floor. Come on up into prayer twist if you're not there. And then unwind. Everyone inhale into chair. As you exhale, bow down, forward fold. Take your feet hips distance apart. and hook your big toes with your peace fingers. Thumb, middle, and index finger wrapping around. Then start to just bow your chest down toward the earth, letting your heart get heavy, letting your head get heavy. Press your toes down onto your fingers. Now inhale, halfway lift and try to peel your toes off the ground, but resist it by stamping them down even more firmly. And as you breathe out, bend your elbows. Try to wrap them around the sides of your shins, hug in through your core, and drop your head fully, deepening the fold. Now stay here, 2 more breaths. Feel with the head below the heart. What's shifting? Changing your perspective. Taking a new view. Release the grip of the toes. Widen your feet. Toes angle slightly out. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, we'll sink to Malasana. Hips come between the heels. Palms to prayer heart center. Pause, breathe, feel. On your next inhalation, start to lean your torso a little forward, arms forward. Exhale, sink your hips to the mat. Use your hands if you need them, and then we'll bring the feet forward. Hands to your shins. Inhale, widen your knees, send your butt back, lift up through your heart, lift up through your eyes. Exhale, round in through your spine like your belly button is being suctioned back towards your spine. Curl your chin to your chest. Inhale, arching the back again, seated cow. Exhale, seated cat, round and curl. Good. Breathe in and just rise up to a comfortable seat, all 10 fingertips up to the sky. As you breathe out, we'll take an easy twist. Right fingertips down to the base of the spine, left hand to outer right thigh. Really plug your sit bones into the earth like you're planting yourself there. Then stretch up through the crown of your head. And with every exhalation, see if you can revolve just a little bit deeper, but always from a place of sweetness, from a place of listening internally, rather than forcing into some kind of what we think we should be doing. Unwind, breathe in, reach up. And breathe out, opposite way, left fingertips down, right hand to outer left thigh, lengthening with every inhalation, spread the breath to your heart, and exhaling to twist. One more inhale, and exhale. Unwind, just face the top of your mat, finding a seat. Roll over your shins, and we'll find our way up to standing on the knees. We'll play with camel. So you can pick, we'll do 2 rounds. Maybe start with your toes tucked for the first round or untucked. I actually prefer untucked. It does make the heels a little further away, but I find that I'm able to kind of anchor to the rooting of the earth more. So up to you, choose your adventure, whatever you like. Hands to the low back. Fingertips can point up or down. Just really draw the shoulder blades together behind you. Now, as you breathe, feel the breath rising from your pelvic floor, lifting that space. Hug in through your waist and really puff your heart up, 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 up. So growing really, really long. Send your tailbone downward. It's not like tucking, but it's like it's stretching down toward the backs of your knees. And then slowly, gradually begin to lean into the strength of your back body. Lift through your pelvic floor. Lift in through your low belly. And maybe eventually reach back to grab for your heels. You can drop the head back between the shoulders if that feels okay for you on your neck. And breathe into the expansion of the front body. Energize your glutes in a downward direction. Keep your inner thighs having a relationship like they're magnetized. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, start to come out. Hands to the low back. Slowly, slowly, slowly rising. Then stick your butt a little bit back and bring it down to your heels as you lift your head, neutralize the spine. Bring your palms to face up. Close your eyes. Just pause and see what you can feel here. Try not to judge your experience. Just get a little lost in it. Get curious about what you feel. One more round. If you want to skip it, take child's pose instead. But if you're ready, go ahead and come back up onto your knees. Get set up like you're pressing your shins down into the earth. Press into your toenails, hands to the low back. Energize your inner thighs. Lift your pelvic floor, hug in through your waist and puff up through your heart. And then begin to lean back any amount, maybe reaching to grab the heels. If there's any variation you want to play with or explore in your body that feels nice for you today, you're welcome to do so. Maybe kicking one set of toes in towards your head. See if you can reach around and grab them. Whatever you're doing, make sure to take it on both sides. We'll just be here for a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, hands to the low back, coming out slow, steady with control. And then sink the hips. Again, palms face up on your thighs. Close your eyes. You can take some breaths out of your mouth. Let it go. Blink your eyes open. Come to more of the top half of your mat. Toes together, knees open wide. Then fingertips come down behind you. Lift your hips and start to wiggle your sitting bones in between your heels. So we're finding a saddle pose, creating that saddle space with our feet. You might stay here if you're feeling quite a lot of sensation already. You can begin to come down onto your forearms if you like, and maybe all the way down to lying on your back. Maybe bring the arms over your head and catch opposite elbows. Wherever you are, close your eyes. Imagine the breath painting through the lines of your front body, painting through any tension, especially in the quads, the fronts of the legs. Soften your low belly. Keep your heart open. We won't be here too long, just about 3 more deep breaths. Let yourself receive more gravity for your last breath in and your last breath out. Now, start to make your way out just the same way you came in. So if you're all the way down, press up onto your forearms first, then back up to the palms, and then let your head lift. Walk your fingertips forward. And everyone come down to a seat. Swing the legs around to the top of the mat and slowly roll down to lying on your back. Vertebra by vertebra, lowering, slow and controlled, using the strength of your core. Now wrap yourself up into a really tight squeeze, knees to the chest. Keep your head down for a moment and just take some circles onto the sacrum. Massage your low back. Now, knees draw in tight to your chest. Lift your chin to your chest. Shoulder blades off the ground and wrap your forearms around your shins. Squeeze really, really tightly here. Take an inhalation, hug yourself. And an exhalation, Shavasana. Final rest. Open up wide with your arms and your legs. Spread out. Palms face the sky. Toes can fall open. Tuck your chin a little toward your chest so that you have space in the back of your neck. Unstick your tongue from the roof of your mouth and let this be another moment of reprieve, a sweet escape from your day, a time that's just for you. So get cozy in all your sensations, get cozy in your rest. And allow yourself just to drop here for the next couple of minutes. Stay here even longer if you'd like. When you're ready to move back into your day, take some full breaths, breathing to the tops of the lungs, and using your exhales to wash away any residue, anything you don't need, any stickiness. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, gently waking up. And then on an inhalation, staying on your back, just stretch your arms to the back of your mat. Reach your toes forward, growing long through the body. As you breathe out, roll to a side, coming into fetal pose. Knees draw toward your chest. Drop your head fully and rest here. And then press down and find your way up to a seat. See if you can keep your eyes closed through this transition so that you can really stay with what you're feeling inside. Palms face up or down on the thighs as you settle into Sukhasana, a nice easy seat. Soften the shoulders, relax your face, and send your awareness to the space at your third eye, the space between your eyebrows. See what you can feel as you concentrate there, like a buzzing of energy. Feel for all the sweetness you created in your body and in your mind. And just bask in these sensations for another moment. Draw your palms to prayer at heart center. Find a moment of gratitude for yourself, for your practice, and challenge yourself to bring some little drops of sweetness into the rest of your day. Take an inhalation and an exhalation. Lift your heart, bow your chin to your chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. I hope that you're feeling good and that you enjoyed. Any thoughts or comments, please leave them for me down below. I really love to hear from you. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, you can do that down below as well. You can also join as a monthly donation member, which really helps to support me. I hope you're doing well wherever you are and have a great rest of the day. I'll see you soon in another class. Bye.